Hello and welcome back to Sherwood Park Toyota. Today we're looking at a Toyota Sienna LE front-wheel drive in the color silver. Let's take a look. Starting up front, underneath the hood, we have the gas components of the hybrid energy system. It is a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine, automatic transmission, gets net combined total up to 245 horsepower and 176 pound-foot of torque, towing capacity up to 3,500 pounds. Up front, you've got your LED headlamps, daytime running lights, and that blue Toyota hybrid logo. Onto the side here, you have 17-inch alloy wheels. Then, as you move back, you'll find that all of your rear windows come with factory tinting, and up top, we have black roof rails. On the back of the unit, on the right-hand side, you have your LE trim level badge, Sienna logo across the back. Left-hand side is your HEV hybrid badge. Underneath of these rear logos is the backup camera. To open up your cargo space, reach into this little handhold right next to the backup camera, press the button, and lift upwards. Inside, you'll find that you have, of course, second and third row seating. Second row seating is a 40-20-40 split, meaning that this middle section can function independently from each side. We can talk about this a bit more in depth when we get up front into there. For your third row area, it is a 60-40 split you can see on the right-hand side, allowing these to function independently from one another. There are three different setups you can have for your seats. We've got two of them on display here. Of course, one is upright so that you can have passengers sitting in here. Second one is just folded flat down so that you can have some cargo space on top. The third option is the stow and go methods. You can hold on to this little handle, fold your seats back, and they will go completely flat in with the floor space and tuck down into this extra deep storage nook that is down below. If you have it in this method and you have both of the seats set up that way, it creates this very large flat deck-like surface throughout the back of your unit, which is perfect for if you have any huge items that need to go into the back. Otherwise, simply folding your seats forwards means that you still have space on top of the seats to stack items while being able to fully utilize the depth of this floor space down below. All of these setups are displayed on a little display that is on the back of the seats. You can see it right here, and it shows you how to use the two different handles here, so number 1 and number 2, in order to adjust your seats accordingly. Down inside here, we have this Sienna branded rubber mat cargo space liner. This guy's got two jobs. First off, helps protect your floor space. It simply will cover the floor space itself. This includes covering more of this space if you have the stow and go method installed. That way, any items placed on top of it isn't going to damage the floor or the seats themselves, and instead has this nice barrier in between. As you can see, it's also got this texturing, which helps to reduce things from sliding as much around, because they have something to grip onto instead. Secondly, it simply helps to keep your space clean. It is much easier to pick this up and remove it out of the space. Then you can rinse or shake any dirt or debris off of it, and then return it back in so that things aren't clinging to the interior of your car. On the right-hand side, you'll find this little false wall panel. Behind this is where you're able to find your battery for your unit. To close it up back here, just reach up to the handle here on the top right-hand corner and pull your trunk back down into its starting position. Next, let's take a look at the inside. To open it up back here, you've got two options. One is to press the little button, or you have three rather. So one is to press this button here, the other is to pull on the handle. And then if you look down below, you'll find this almost Wi-Fi looking symbol down there that indicates kick sensors. So you can simply start with pressing the button here, then your door should automatically slide itself over. Inside we have the gray cloth upholstery. It has gray stitching and this almost heathered-like effect on the interior of the seats. As we said, this is an independent middle seat here, so if you want to, you can even fully remove this seat out of this area so that you have this walk-through space instead. This is done by, once again, this 1 and 2 labeled straps that are on the seats themselves. Now, for the seats, they do have these armrests you can see on the outside, as well as you can see it on the inside here, which means that you have those adjustments available since there is no middle car armrest / cup holder. On the seats down below, you also have all of your adjustments for moving it around. So you have this handle up top for adjusting the pitch of the seat. Then you have this one down below, which allows for the seats to move across this floor space that goes the whole way across here. So as you can see, it gives a large range of motion for your seats to be able to move forward, backward, all the ways that you need, either for accommodating for your cargo or for your passengers. Now, if we look up overhead, you will find this third air conditioning control panel. This allows your second and third row occupants to control their own temperature, mode, and fan speed. This can be controlled from up front. We'll take a look at that when we get up there. On the back of your front passenger and front driver seats, you've got pouch storage. Back of the console, you have your charger ports, and down below is your cup holders. All new units also come with both carpeted and rubber mats, which we saw stacked in the back. You can see them still through here as well. To close it up back here, you've got a couple of options. We have the same options that we have on the outside. So you've got your handle, the button, and kick sensor. On the inside of the door, you have this little handle you can give a pull on here. Or if you look underneath either one of these handles, all the way down here, you'll find this little glowing button. So if we follow this all the way down, little glowing button, give this guy a press, and your door should automatically close itself up. Now, taking a look inside of your driver's door, power windows here for both front and back, window lock, power lock system, and side mirror controls. Lots of storage space in the door. Up front, you have electronically adjustable seating. Back, front, up, down. Then you have your hood and gas release, as well as your power door off, which is what it says. It simply turns off the power adjustments for this so that it can only be opened by pulling on the handles manually. Up top, traction control, you have your automatic headlamps, heated steering wheel, dash brightness, and odometer trip. And then you've got this little storage shelf up top. Taking a look at your steering wheel, this is black leather with black stitching. Left-hand side, you have controls here for your dash display, hands-free communication, and your volume control. Right-hand side, radio controls on the bottom, adaptive cruise control up top. This includes both sonar and lane departure. In the middle is your infotainment display screen. This is where you go to access much of the information about your daily driving experience. Right now you're looking at the optional navigation, which you can choose to connect through Toyota Connected Services. Under that is your audio listening. This is AM, FM, and satellite radio. Full Bluetooth connectivity includes Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and there's optional USB adapters throughout. Then you have Bluetooth connection for your phone. You've got two things in here. One is trip info, and the other is your climate display. So you have it for the front, for the rear, and your options. This is your Eco Heat Cool setting. Then at the bottom is all your settings. Everything from personal profile, Bluetooth information, Wi-Fi display, vehicle customizing, software updates, apps, etc. Left-hand corner is your volume. Underneath is your climate display. So in the middle, you can see you can section off to take a look at and adjust the settings in your rear climate. You can also choose to have this synced up with the front, which makes it a lot easier. Up front, we have dual temps, which means that you can, again, either have all of your temperatures synced up. You can turn off the syncing so the driver can function independently from the front passenger. And then you can choose to have the front and back synced or not synced. Lots of different arrangements to make sure everyone's comfortable at all times. In the middle is your defrost for front and rear windshield. And then on each side we have 3 levels for heated seat controls. To the left you have your 4-ways and push start ignition. Then you have one of your charger ports on the left. In the middle you have another charger port here. You can see there's little bumpers that go along the sides, as well as having this built-in tray design here, which ensures that any phone placed inside of this space will be nice and secure, won't be slip-sliding around too much. Having this also means you don't have to worry about having charging cords on your person ever again. Of course, if that is your preference, there are plenty of adapters available for your use. This storage space goes the whole way across the front end of the dash. Then you've got your gear shift here, cup holder spaces, you have your parking brake and parking hold, drive modes, and EV mode. Cup holder space that can be flipped up or away. Then you have the console, you press the button, and this will flip itself up. You can reach your arm all the way inside here. You've got a couple chargers on the inside right here as well. It's a little hard to get an angle to show you. There's also this cutout in the trim piece, which ensures if you have cords coming out, they aren't going to get squished along the lid itself. Underneath, you have this storage space under here, and there's 12-volt adapters on the inside, front, and down below there too. Then up overhead, you have what looks like a little tiny sunglasses compartment. It's actually a little mirror. That way you can have one mirror dedicated to keeping an eye on passengers and the other one dedicated to traffic. You have your SOS button, overhead lighting controls, and controls for both of your power side doors. Thanks again, folks, for joining us on this full video tour for this Toyota Sienna LE front-wheel drive in the color silver. It is located here at Sherwood Park Toyota at 31 Automall Road in Sherwood Park, Alberta, Canada. You can also reach us at 780-306-7703. And remember, life is full of choices. Let us be yours.